What are you talking about, man?
Don't you
just
trust
want to
me?
check the gun. I do trust. He's not you.
He's trying to get rid of me.
Not. I
And I
slapped
just
James.
end up aiming the gun over at Kerman.
I gave a slap to James. I slapped his face.
Ow!
I'll step the fuck back.
Get a grip!
Oh, that was my face. Oh, give me a second.
I
wasn't breathing for a good 20 seconds there.
Listen, Doctor,
Oh,
you've had a hard time of things. And I've seen it break the wills of some of the best men and some of the strongest people we've seen. And you've seen more than other people. We're all friends here.
You don't think I've killed anyone yet, have you? Do you?
You're missing some time. And also, I don't care. I'm not going to report you for doing any of this. I just wanted to know. We're trying to piece together what's happened here. How did you get down here?
Well, I climbed down, of course. I left my lantern over by the lake.
Okay.
With someone I knocked out earlier.
Other people are going to ask us, when we take you back to town and try to buy a new shirt, they're going to, and I show them your old shirt so they can get the measurements off of it. They're going to say, hey, Mr. Lapis, yeah, I know that, you're new to this town, that sort of thing, but we can't help but notice there's an unusual quantity of blood soaked in this shirt. Where did it come from? And when I say, well, I got it from my friend Dr. West, and they're going to ask, where did Dr. West get it from? I'm going to have to tell them something. What am I going to tell them?
I don't know. I don't know what even to tell myself right now.
All right, so there's lads down here, right?
Yes. I want to say 5 of them. I'm not entirely certain.
I don't like these odds. Even if they're only armed with like sticks and knives, that's 5 to us 3, and
Though I suppose there might only be 4 if the man over by the pool is still there.
West, you are going to hand me your gun right now. I'll give it right back to you.
What do you need my gun for?
I'm going to ask you a second time. I'm not going to ask you a third.
James will go ahead and look at you, kind of start to realize maybe just how shady you are, but that oddly makes you more trustworthy in this situation.
Mm-hmm.
In a certain maddening way.
And also, I'll give Kingsley the nod that, yep, I'm not surprised. Okay, you give me the gun?
Yes.
All right, I'm going to pop the clip out. I'm going to count the bullets.
All of them are there. Nothing's been fired. There's not even the slightest bit of heat outside of his hand.
Yeah, and it doesn't smell like gun oil. All right, I'll put the clip back in, leave the safety on, and give it back to you.
And about the time Kingsley whistles, James just kind of like frightens and goes, "What are you doing? Don't just hand signals. What do you think I've been low whispering this whole time?"
Listen.
Read the room, Kings. That's fine. Just
calm yourself. We're safe as houses. All right.
But the man back at the pool, he's still there, isn't he?
No, he
man back at the pool. Did you see a man back at the pool? Was he wearing this hat?
You're on about the guy back. Oh, okay, I see what.
Yes, I knocked him out with the blunt of my gun. I suppose he should have woken up by now, but
okay. Gonna backtrack a little bit here. So when we went to examine the corpse, did he have a big bruise on his head, or did he just have 2 gunshot wounds in the back?
The only wounds he seemed to have, other than like scars on his hands from working, was 2 gunshots in the back.
And once again, I'm going to ask Wes, did you see someone wearing this hat? I say, pointing at the hat that I'm wearing.
Does that even look familiar?
No. Well, it's an Oshanga hat. They're pretty common, but no.
Yeah.
No, I just sort of shake my head.
Okay.
Right, not today.
We didn't find the fellow that you conked. What we did find is we found a corpse who took 2 in the back. They're obviously not yours, though. That worries me. So, yeah, Kingsley, we gotta watch out for at least one person heavy, not to mention that we heard that cannon go off earlier.
We should proceed very cautiously.
With
all the noise that we've been making and what they already
Proceed
May have
cautiously.
done.
I'm not even sure why we're here. We're supposed to be looking for Shaw's stupid friend, who everyone in
My
town is
friend.
convinced. Oh, sorry. We're looking for
Claire.
your friend. Sorry.
Yeah, I
we're-
just like look slightly offended. Are you saying I don't
I
have
love it.
friends,
It's like,
sir?
you look slightly offended. I'm just gonna pause and like I love you. Look offended. Just gonna pause, and I'm looking at a crazy guy in a cave, covered waist down in blood, ranting about a bunch of people in white sheets, and like I'm just gonna give you that look of like I am sick of your
Shit.
bullshit.
James,
Yeah.
you said white sheets?
I believe so. That's what they were wearing. Not
what's
sheets,
G-
more like just.
GM, could I describe the person I saw that I killed, that I stepped my foot through, that I shot and stepped my foot through? They
Yeah,
were wearing,
James
like,
will just
white-
kind of go immediately. He's like, yes, exactly like the ones you said yesterday, Kingsley.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
And
you're right.
I
Exactly
look,
the same description.
I look at Kermit and I said, "Fuck, man. This place could be radiated. Could have some, I don't know, some weird shit from the war. But I thought I was hallucinating yesterday when I was attacked by a guy exactly how he described."
Well, there are weirdos running around here, and nothing like putting on some kind of sheet to disguise yourself. Did you say you saw a corpse over here? Because I don't see a corpse on the map.
There's a corpse. There's two
Okay,
corpses.
that's what
There's
that
one-
is.
Yeah, you
All
probably
right.
see like the hand sticking around the corner there.
No,
Oh.
I mean, I fought this guy, put him down. I put my foot through his chest, and then next thing you know, he disappeared.
You guys
That's
are
what
having
I'm
all.
talking about.
I'm just gonna without looking back at Kingsless. You guys are having all kinds of adventures, aren't you? All right, I'm gonna shine the light in this corpse here. What is this?
Which one?
The south one. This one.
It's a man who's been, by looks of it, stabbed or shot in the chest a few times and has recently died. As in, like, a few seconds ago died.
Well, we've been talking here for minutes, so it can't be a few seconds.
You know what I mean? He died just before you guys got here. Kingsley, not Kingsley.
Yeah, I
Mr.
mean he's not
James.
showing any. He's not showing any sign of blood pooling or rigor or anything like that.
No. James literally watched the dude die before you got here.
We probably also smell copper. What do you mean you saw him die? Oh, right, you
And I
heard him
saw
groaning.
him come around the corner as I was starting to stand up again.
You saw him exsanguinate. So this is a big puddle of blood here. Is that what I'm
He
hearing?
crawled for some time.
Well, can't help but tell you that there's a corpse over here and there's another corpse to the east, right?
Yes, I noticed that one too.
Okay,
I'm
so
slowly coming to you quite a lot of information recently.
this is what
Doesn't
we're
help
gonna.
that these forest people, these hillbillies, are trying to continuously gaslight me. And Kingsley as well.
Again, I'm gonna look at a guy covered waist down in blood, and then I'm gonna go. Well, okay, this is what we call a bad scene, because apparently there's some sort of spat going down here where people are murdering each other, and I kind of didn't sign up for that. We don't even know if your friend is down here. You don't know why you're here, and this is also why.
No,
Gonna
no,
go
they
out
said he was here. They were
live-
going to do something. I still have to find him.
Well, I'm kind of gonna go out on a limb here and say that we've got 2, maybe 3 corpses right now. This probably is a matter for the police.
I will go ahead and just sort of like step aside from you, and I guess as I'm walking in this direction, I
Just step in
probably
that
noticed the
blood.
weird satyr legs on this body that I only saw the upper half of before.
That's just a token.
Oh, okay. I was thinking that was real.
Yeah.
Because that wouldn't be entirely out of place.
I mean, there's 1 murder upstairs, and there's 2 down here. And the longer we hang around here, the less solid an alibi we have for not having killed them ourselves. And as much as you might be worried about your friend, he's really in way over his head.
Maybe so, but I came out here this morning because I just felt so much guilt doing nothing. I can't just do nothing. Who would I be if I just did nothing? I
Alive?
have to try.
Just go on a limb there.
And if I don't act, there will be one less dead man. There'll be one more dead man anyway.
Oh.
I'll go ahead and take a little step here. The dog corpse. From this distance and with like a little bit of light behind me, what kind of wound does that look like?
Another body?
Yep, it is another body.
Jeez. God's wounds. Oh, sorry. Sacre bleu.
Sacre bleu. It is another corpse. It appears to be a knife wound.
I don't think they're here anymore.
These bodies have only healed minutes ago. And if you don't think they're here anymore, then your friend's probably not here either.
Well, that must mean they're on the move then. And they could
Also,
have only
this-
gone one way if you came up from the puddle.
No, they could have gone up to the well because there's still a ladder in it, and I can't help but notice this is worked stone, not rough stone. So
Yes,
we're
undoubtedly
probably
connects back to
wandering,
the mansion.
or the well, since the well had a complex underneath it, like
Right,
a
the whole aqueduct,
cistern.
reservoir, whatever engineers call this. I don't know. I'm a doctor.
Skimping on the humanities again, huh?
I have to skip something for my course load. Give me at least a little bit of credit.
Well, Kingsley, you've heard the doctor. What do you want to do?
Shit.
I hear you.
I'm sorry, Kerman, but I have to stick with James.
James, did the batteries in your torch go dead?
No, I left it behind because I didn't want to be spotted.
So your
Did you pick it
plan-
up back at the corner?
Did we see it?
You did not.
No, you didn't. There wasn't one back there.
Damn, I paid $10 for that.
They're
I mean, so it's
pretty
like 10
expensive.
pounds.
Here, why don't you take mine?
Alright, so I will go ahead and take yours, and I will take up the rear of this endeavor.
Okay, Kingsley, you came heavy. Did you just bring the one gun?
Yeah, or the knife.
Right. Well, I'm asking guns, and you just have the rifle. All right.
Yep.
Well, I suppose we're following west. Can to the left and can to the right, into the valley.
As this is happening, Nathaniel,
Yo.
you are currently walking very slowly and plodding along the long road that's ahead of you. Is there anything you wish to be doing during your travel?
I guess humming an old song that I remember from the days in Africa.
Mm-hmm.
I saw the rains down in.
Africa. No, actually, I can't remember the actual song in real life. It was a song that they sang in the movie Zulu that I can't remember.
Okay, so you're singing like an old war song.
Well, humming
means
it. I'm not singing it out loud. I'm not.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. Maybe a flat power check, please, while you're walking along here.
Now I already don't remember. Is it green or purple that we're rolling?
Oh,
Green.
me neither. I've
Good
been
one.
clicking green open. That's the right one.
So we're doing like the dice modifier.
Then
Wow,
I suddenly
okay.
stop and I grab both fists and I bring them to my chest and I scream and my hair turns yellow and stands on end.
No, but
The
you
power.
do freeze. You do in fact freeze as you're walking. You feel a strange sensation cover your entire body. Your soldier senses kick in. Are you carrying a weapon?
I am carrying 2 weapons, in fact.
What are you carrying?
I have a hunting knife in my boot and a 44 in my, well, strapped to my ankle, but in such a way that the pants cover it up.
Is that your?
Sorry, not my
your-
ankle, my thigh. I don't know why I said ankle.
Is that your weapon that you had from the war? Your
Yes.
cryo weapon. Your hand instantly goes to that. You draw it quickly and look around you. And about a minute? Not even a minute. No, not even a minute. A good throw distance away from you, you see another man who's kind of walking the same trail. And as you turn and you point the weapon, he gives you a short wave.
Oh, well then I'm gonna...
But as you do stare at this man, you do feel all your hairs on your neck stand on end. Like fear of this random man that you can see in front of you.
Well, I feel like I would just slowly start holstering the gun again, but like in a confused sense. Like, it's just one guy. I mean, is he like physically intimidating?
No, but he's just looking at him. He's unsettling to look at. He's not large or anything like that. He's just one of them guys that you look at and you think,
But I
something's not quite right.
I can't put my finger on why he's unsettling to look at.
Not right now, no.
But still, there's no obvious reason to be pointing a gun at him, so...
No.
Putting the gun away, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Wait a second, where did you say he came from?
He's behind you.
No, where did you say he came from?
You didn't really see where he came from. He's just, you turn around, he was there.
Right, but I'm walking on a long road, and he wasn't there before, is what I'm getting at.
No, he was not. And there are no forests or anything around you. It is just a plain road.
Yeah, I think maybe I'm going to holster the gun, but I don't, like, clip it back in, you know? In case I need to pull it out again.
At this point, he has gotten a bit closer, and you can finally hear him now. And he says, "Ah, friend, hello." In a very distinctly English accent.
I said, hey.
No mugger would have an English accent.
Or famously, all of them. Oh, hey, where did you come from?
Oh, just nearby. I've been walking this trail for a while. Seems you have as well.
Right, that's why I'm asking, because there's seemingly nowhere that you could have come from.
Phew. Well, you know, one of them things, isn't it?
One
Don't-
of what
don't-
things?
Don't worry about it, old chap. Don't worry about it.
I'm not worried about it, I'm asking you. I'm curious about it, is what I am.
Very well. I've been walking the trail like you. I was behind you for quite a while.
Now, is that like an obvious lie, or...
Not an obvious lie, but you imagine he's probably not telling the truth. You've looked behind you while you've been walking, and he hasn't been there.
Right. And I think I'd say as much. Why are you lying?
I'm not lying. Don't know what you mean, sir.
I've looked behind me at least a couple of times to see if a passing car might have been coming, to see if I could catch a lift. You haven't been there.
Well, you haven't been looking hard enough, sir.
I ask you again, why are you lying to me?
Very well. At this point, he kind of stops. He's about 20 meters away from you. He stops and puts his hands in his pockets and says, "You're gonna have to come back to town."
I don't believe that will be happening.
We can't have you leaving.
Who's we?
That's irrelevant.
I'm going to, put my hand into my pocket now, and I don't want you to think I'm doing something overtly hostile. But I need to show you something.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to pull out that paper with the hand symbol on it. Hold it in his direction.
You see a small smile forms on his face.
Would it have anything to do with this?
Yes, you've been playing our little game, have you?
Yeah, I think my hand's going back down towards the gun again.
He just he doesn't seem to react to you doing that. He gives you another look and says, "Now, are you coming back to town, Mr. Shaw, or am I going to have to leave you here?"
I'd prefer that you left me here. And I feel like
I don't-
my instinct is to, scan the distance to my, peripheral vision. Make sure that I'm not being approached from either side as well, and try and listen for footsteps, because this guy's not moving, and I don't want somebody coming up behind me.
You can make me a spot check. I guess would be yeah.
Spot check.
You're a reasonably
Where is
attentive
spot
guy.
check? Spot hidden, you mean?
Yeah. You don't seem to be able to hear anything directly right now.
Alright. Well, he was about to say something, so.
As you said, I would prefer you leave me here. He kind of shakes his head and says, "I don't think you would, Mr. Shaw."
I'd prefer to be left alone, good sir. Now, I suggest, and as my hand is moving again around the handle of my gun, that you turn yourself back around and head back the way you came before, and just trail off from there.
You definitely believe in yourself, don't you, Mr. Shaw?
I believe in a great many things.
Do you believe in God, Mr. Shaw? And you
Oh.
see at this point, he does reach into the large coat he's wearing and pulls out a small book.
Does it have any, is it a Bible? Is it obviously a Bible, or is it obviously not a Bible?
It appears to be a Bible, yeah.
And I feel like a moment crosses back in my mind where you would hear like an echo of things that I've said in the past, where I've asked at least 2 different people now if they are religious.
Mm-hmm.
I do believe in a higher power, yes.
And Mr. Shaw, would you say that you're a sinner?
That's literally the question I've asked other people. Shit, why did I ask people if they were sinners again?
You were trying to figure out if they would be targets for the troll.
I do not believe that I'm a sinner, no.
Only one may judge that, Mr. Shaw.
Yes, and
The
it's
true
not
Lord.
you, and I'm gonna pull on him. I find this to be a very creepy situation, and I think my life is in danger. I'm pulling.
He doesn't flinch or blink or anything. He seems to just stare directly at you as you pull your firearm on you.
Now I suggest you turn around and come back the way you came. This is the last time I'm going to tell you.
Mr. Shaw, there are only 2 outcomes here. You come back to town. You continue to play our game. Or you die here.
Are you threatening me, son?
I may be.
I'm gonna pull a trigger on him.
Make me a shot.
HG is
Be
the
so
one.
be so funny if you actually kill him with this shot. I don't think you can.
Fumble.
Yeah, just imagine all the bravado.
So go figure that gun made in the 1800s was not in working order anymore.
Yeah, the gun basically just explodes in your hand.
No, sir. You will die. Oh god, my fucking hand!
Guy across from you totally claims credit for this.
Yeah, he's gonna claim credit for this. As you kind of like stumble and probably clutch your hand in pain because that fucking hurt. You hear him chuckle and say, "See, you cannot judge me, sir. I give you one last chance. Come back to town, or I leave your body here."
I'm gonna pull that Family Guy move. Specifically where I'm like clutching something in pain and like almost bawling to the ground. Not bawling as in crying, but bawling as in clutching up. Yeah, just crouching up on yourself.
Hmm.
But giving like 0 response to his ultimatum.
Okay. He has begun to walk towards you, and at this point, you do notice now he has started to take his long black coat that he was wearing. Well, not long black coat; it's like a normal black coat that he's wearing off. He started to take that off, and you see now, along his arms are long, intricate tattoos that seem to be spiritual in some way. They seem to be some kind of writing mixed with like deep lines and different symbols that you've definitely seen, and you know generally occult tattoos, just
Right.
creepy occult tattoos.
So there's gonna be like a moment of like revelation, maybe a moment of fear as well. But at the same time, I'm still clutching and waiting basically till I think he's in arm's reach to yank out the hunting knife out of my boot and lunge at him. I
Roll
guess with
disguise.
my left hand because the right hand seems to not want to work with me anymore.
This guy has terrible stats. Jesus Christ. What's your strength?
Mine is 40. I am an old man.
You are stronger than him.
Yes! Kick his ass, Captain!
Oh my gosh, you found someone in worse shape than me.
Unfortunately, this guy has like ridiculous health because of
Right,
what
but
he
my
is.
lunge, remember I have a movement rate of 4, so my lunge might be a bit... I don't know what his range is on me, but I know what my range is on him.
This guy has ridiculous move rate because of what he is. He stops again. He's now about 5 feet away from you. You reckon he's just outside of your lunge range, but essentially, where you could
Okay.
like easily get him. And he kind of squats down and tilts his head a little to look you basically in the eye. And you see he smiles a little, and he says, "Is this where you wish to die, Nathaniel? Is this where you wish your final day to be? The floor of a Scottish town, the middle of nowhere, the great Nathaniel Shaw, oh so rich and powerful."
I feel like I'm still, half-heartedly clutching my hand, even though the pain is great, and I am probably... My voice is probably still in the... like that, like, it's still so painful that I have to clench my teeth to talk, and that's not fake, though every other motion that I probably make is. I say...
Yeah, definitely.
God saw fit to see me through, and I do not think today is the day, and I am just going to grab the knife, flip it by the handle, and throw it. I am throwing it at him.
What would that be?
There's a throw skill.
Yes, there is a throw, so go ahead.
I have 20% chance, but last weapon I've got, and he is just outside of range.
You have a surprise attack bonus on this, so you have a bonus dice.
Doesn't matter. Oh, okay, wait, there's a bonus die?
So roll an extra 10-sided die.
Roll
One.
How about a 10?
That's actually a 0, so that would be a 0-1. That would be a critical hit.
Yep. So
This has got to be even more funny to Monos, who knows what's up.
Knives still impale, right?
what's the damage of a knife? Hold on.
It's ridiculous.
A hunting knife is D4 plus 2. Plus
roll
DB.
2d4. Roll 2d4 plus 4 plus your
Well,
damage bonus.
Yeah, do you get if you crit, isn't there a damage bonus?
Hold on, what happens if I hit this
Double.
button?
Double damage, basically.
So
Really?
just
Wow.
a D4
12.
plus this.
Yeah. So that could be a 12,
So
possibly.
8.
8. Let me look at this guy's health. Okay, that actually does hurt him quite a bit. Not enough to put him down.
I mean, of course, I've also thrown my only weapon, since my other one exploded in my hand.
Well, it's 8 points of damage. That's a major wound.
Well, it depends on how many hit points he has.
I thought 5 or more was a major wound regardless.
I think it's half.
If he has 17 hit points, you better start running the other way.
Well, I can't outrun him. We already established.
It is a major wound. Oh, wait. Oh. Oh.
Had the wrong sheet open, did you?
No. I've just looked at the bottom thing of his sheet. His armor.
He's got a body.
Oh wait, no, this would count as an impaling weapon, wouldn't it?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, a major wound is equal to or greater than half the character's maximum hit points.
Oh, half your hit points. Wow, all right. Well, that's even more generous than I thought.
With the power of your age and rage, you throw this knife with force and impale it in his right shoulder, and he stumbles back and gasps in pain.
Old man strength.
After a few moments of just kind of shock from the guy, his eyes quickly turn to you, and he doesn't draw a weapon at all. He doesn't, pull a knife. He simply approaches you and will attempt to grab you. You can make a contested strength if you wish. What are you going to do? Stab me?
You could punch him. You can't have too many hit points left after that.
11. Nice.
I mean, it's the best you could have rolled, I guess.
Yeah, it's basically the best I could. No, it's not the best I could have rolled. I could have rolled 100 and a 100 and a. No, that is the best I could have rolled. Yes.
Yeah, you're going golf rules low.
That is a 1.
Or isn't that a 0? I'm confused on what 10s are.
So, something like that.
Anyway, would be 0, so 0 would be 100 then, right?
Yeah, 0 is 100, the worst you can roll.
Oh,
so you rolled, so you fumbled? Is that what I'm looking at?
If you roll double 0, that's a fumble, yeah.
It's so confusing when I do that. Anyway, he attempts to grab you, and you kind of like push him off. And you're able to scurry a few feet back, and you see at this point he's beginning to get a bit annoyed. He looks at you and says, "Accept what is happening, Mr. West."
I mean, I'm not Mr. West for one thing. Also,
not Mr. West.
Mr. West was my father. Well, no, it was another guy's father. Cross section to the face. I'm gonna punch him.
Go ahead.
Damn
it. You missed the punch and goes a little wide. At this point, he's getting annoyed and he's just going to make a straight melee attack against you.
Wait, he's going to try to strangulate him? Is that what I heard?
Yeah, he was going to originally try and pick him up and strangle him to death, but now he's just kind of he's had enough and he's just going to.
I can attempt to dodge this, right?
Imagine the scene in a row. There's the dude strangling a dude with a knife on his shoulder, strangling an old dude with like his hand all blown up.
You can attack. He fucking misses.
Okay, so all right.
But you do see now I guess I would describe it as hidden strength of this guy. As he does claw at you, you do feel like a heavy blast of wind come across your face. As you realize this guy didn't punch or slap, he went like he was about to claw you.
Well, here's the realization that Shaw is having at the moment is, I'm an old man. I don't move as fast as I used to anymore. Not in the legs, and I'm just realized even the arms, they don't swing as fast as they used to, and I don't feel the strength that I used to have. But I mean, I got nowhere I can go. I'm in the middle of nowhere. This is it.
Mm-hmm.
I could have maybe fired a gun off into the air, try to signal for help for anyone around me, but that thing just fucking exploded. If that's not an omen, I don't know what is.
I'm sure everyone heard it explode.
I say that, but I mean, if that's not an omen, if the one thing that I've kept on my side for safe, that's made me feel safe all these years, just exploded in my fucking hands, I don't know what other omens I could have. Again, I guess I felt him try and scrape at me in some otherworldly way, and this is just bringing me all back to Tibet, and I guess I'm just gonna go, try another crossblock. Not crossblock, a haymaker.
You have a +1 modifier to this.
Which means what? Roll an extra die?
Yeah. Basically just roll 3d10. Then.
That's what I was doing. So a 3?
A 4. So basically the first 2 dice...
Right, no, I remember now, yeah. You take the first 2 from the 10s and the last one is the 1, so I rolled a 4, which is a hit, right?
Yep. That is a hit. Well, you tell me, this guy is just fucking getting beat.
So 3 damage.
Watch you beat up one of my bad guys.
Maybe the most important one. The main boss of the whole
Hey,
campaign.
I wouldn't mess with Captain Shaw.
You just cross section this guy in the side of the face. You see again he stumbles from the hit a little. He seems very pissed off at you. And he does now step back a little and he wipes his nose, which is bleeding a little, and he says to you, "What kind of man are you? You're unusually strong for someone your age. You pack a good punch."
They named the Boxer Rebellion after me, son of a bitch.
I like that. I like that line.
That's a really good comeback.
He again now he wipes his nose off finally, and he does now take the knife that you fucking embedded into him out, and he wipes it off on his arm and he tosses it to the side, and he says, "Mr. Shaw, I don't wish to continue this more than it has to. Just accept what is about to happen, why don't you? I'll make it easy. I'll make it quick."
Otherwise, does he do anything? Because
No, he's just.
I feel
he's
like
just
every
standing.
time he opens his mouth up to talk is the time that I punch him in the face, because I'm just not into it.
Can you say
just let
cheeky bounder when you do it?
If I
But
even...
yeah, as he's talking, you can go for another punch if you wish. Again,
Yeah.
at a +1 modifier, because this guy's not expecting you to keep throwing punches. He's not used to targets fighting back.
So 29 would be the better one.
Oh man, that's still a miss, isn't it?
What is my unarmed skill at?
25.
Usually it's fist.
Fist. Is fist a skill? Fist. Fighting. 25.
Right.
Yeah, 25 is my to hit. So that's a miss.
Oh.
That's a miss.
You swing a punch, and he kind of dodges back, and then he's going to go for retaliation. Here we go, boys.
Yeah, as I was saying, I was expecting he would use the fight back move every time.
He's 38.
So I expect I'm like hands up in the boxing stance. Like if you ever watched Navy, two like Navy guys boxing one another.
He actually hits you. So you take 1d4 plus 2d6 damage. What's your health?
11.
This could knock you out clean.
You said 1d4 plus 2d6?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it totally could. Or it could do 3 damage. I mean, that is a major wound, though.
Yes.
Which
As
means...
which means you make a contract to not pass out. I'm gonna say you don't pass out just because of I don't want you to.
Okay.
DM decides. He slashes across your chest essentially with his large mangled hand, and you see that his nails or whatever kind of claw apparatus he seems to have cuts deep, and you start bleeding profusely. You cough up a bit, and it generally doesn't feel that great to be clawed.
Hey, I have been stabbed by various instruments in my day. I know exactly how it feels to be punctured.
Not very nice.
No, it's terrifying. You're there the entire time, and the pain is constant.
Mm-hmm. So he then takes a few steps back, and he says to you, he's moved out of swinging range now. He's realized what you do when he talks. He looks to you and says, "Mr. Shaw, do you understand what I am? What she has made me into? Do you understand what I'm going to make you?"
I feel like one arm is probably just dangling at my side right now because that's the hand that it's numb, it's sore, my gun just exploded in it, so it's probably got some sort of shredded skin hanging off damage. My other arm is up, half cocked in a boxing guard. I'm probably, blood's rushing down my chest. I have been hurt already, so I probably just spit off a little bit of blood and say, I've seen your kind before. I'm sorry, more like, I've seen your kind before. Back in Tibet. Your ilk frightens me when I'm asleep, but not when I'm awake. And I am going to move forwards. I don't know, maybe obviously not maybe within range to hurt him, but to show that I am not afraid.
Okay. Are you going to go for another swing as you get close?
Yeah, I mean, if I can.
Sure.
I'm getting weaker. I'm just getting weaker as time goes on, so.
I'm almost
So-
wondering if anyone succeeded at anything in this combat.
Oh, yeah, no, I've
He is-
punched him plenty of times and I stabbed him once.
He is going to go for a hit, and he also fails. So basically, you guys both try to fight back, and you both kind of like grapple and push each other back.
Yeah, I mean, I've started strong, but I'm like a boxer who's well out of time. My stamina is going out on me. I'm throwing weak punches. They're not going far enough. They're not going fast enough. They're getting easier to dodge.
At this point, he is going to make a grapple check on you. So make a contested strength, if you don't mind. Ooh. Oh wait, that was meant to be 3d10.
I mean, it's already a 35. That's got to be a success, right?
Yeah. Wow, that is a 35. Yeah, it is. He grips the collar of your coat and will simply toss you. An easy 10, 15 feet up the road. I'm going to make you take a d6 for that. No, that doesn't make sense. A d4 for that. So, ooh, okay. That puts you on 1, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
God dang. You are tossed, like I said, an easy 20, 30 feet up the road, and you land with a solid crack straight onto your back.
Yeah, I mean, I'm probably laying on my back just in that way that if you've ever fallen on your back from a high distance where it knocks the wind out of you and you can't breathe for like a full-on minute, like.
This man, you see him out of the corner of your peripheral vision, basically very rapidly advances up towards you. And he is you said essentially you've got one good fighting hand, didn't you?
Yeah.
He is going to step his boot down onto that good fighting hand.
Okay.
Trying to make sure he's best so he can taunt you and monologue you and have a bit of fun before you die.
No, I
You assume
understand.
that's his reasoning. And he looks down upon you, kind of lying there, barely holding on to consciousness, bleeding heavily, generally not having a great time. He shakes his head.
Hey, you don't know what I'm into.
yeah, yeah. To be fair, I don't. I don't think I want to after that comment.
Hey, man.
He
Africa was a dark time.
he chuckles a little and says, "Mr. Shaw, you could have been oh so useful to us. We could have been friends. We could have been allies. You could have brought her into the new world, shining, glimmering, and gleaming. But you had to fight. You had to resist control, didn't you? Standard. I'll offer you this one more last time, old man. Give yourself to her, and you will live."
I feel like, again, if this was a movie or something like that, camera pans down, Shaw, mouth agape, not from shock, maybe a little bit from pain, but mostly because he can't breathe. He just absolutely can't breathe. The breath is not coming back to him after the impact on the ground. He's just not making the gurgling noises anymore because they're not coming along. So I'm trying to remember. His eyes glaze over ever so slightly because he's remembering scenes. Like, he's been in this position before. Maybe not in the position of strange creatures stepping on his hand and, monologuing at him, but more like the one time he took a Zulu spear to the leg and it brought him down, and he thought he was gonna die, and one of his troopmates pulled him back from the front line so that he could survive. Or his time in China, ironically, where he got caught unawares, many times actually. But those scenes of your life passing before your eyes as he's staring up at this guy. He probably doesn't even hear him at this point. He's looking up at him. He sees this guy staring at him, but in the background, all he can hear is the sounds of war, sounds of combat from years gone by, and he's remembering all those feelings he had from back then. He's gonna try and kick this guy in the back of the leg to knock him off of his hand.
Ooh, okay. Okay.
He's operating
sure.
back on instinct now.
You're going full on fighting instinct. The soldier's kind of been kicked back into you.
Right, he's going to try it. He's going to do the maneuvers he remembers training in back when he was first joined, when he first signed up when he was 18. The body might not be willing anymore, but the mind is operating on instinct. He's going back to the maneuvers that he was trained in as a child, or not as a child, as a teenager.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead, roll me an unarmed attack.
The body certainly was not willing.
You
He probably
bring your
twists back to go and kick back into the leg, and something in his back just goes. Well, that was the third disc.
Essentially, that's what happens. You try to reach your leg up, but you remember your flexibility is long since left you. And upon that realization, your leg falls down to your side, and you just kind of sit there in more and more pain as this man descends upon you. His face getting closer and closer to yours as the haziness of your past leaves you a little, and you focus now in on what is actually happening. You see this man's eyes turn how would I put it? A shattering shade of maroon. They go completely maroon, basically, as he stares at you. And you hear his voice echo in your mind as he says, "Welcome to the pack," as he bites down on you and your eyes glaze over. Dun, dun, dun. I think we just had one person say BRB as well. That's super annoying.
I'm here.
I'm here.
Yeah, it was Rabbit that said we went back.
I like that. I will get you a new sheet, Nathaniel.
I think there's already one there, because remember there was a sheet 5 that nobody was using.
Yes, I just need to give it to you, essentially. But yeah, rest in peace, Nathaniel. You guys will see him later on. Don't worry.
Oh boy.
What do you think of that reveal, guys?
They're werewolves from the moon, I knew it.
From the
Little
moon?
weird.
What?
That's a thing in a werewolf. Werewolf the Forsaken. If you've ever seen the picture of a werewolf wearing a spacesuit next to astronauts, that's the werewolves on the moon joke.
Um,
Well, when your power comes from the moon, beyond the moon, I guess, is the joke.
But yes, I don't think anyone really pieced those ones together, did they? That it might be werewolves.
well, I had
That's-
the idea after he had his finger bitten off, and then he was afraid to leave the house.
Yeah.
I'll be
I was going
honest.
with the dream image you gave, which was
And then you started-
distinctly not.
Asking about silver, I was going to be too polite to point out that werewolves don't have anything to do with silver, but people think it does. So
Mm-hmm.
I'll be honest. Up until right now, did not think about werewolves either, even though I just fought one. I thought it was just a creepy creature that had things.
they're creepy monsters. So I don't know what to think. All my I'm trying to make sense out of. I'm in a tomb. There's some corpses here. People are getting killed by getting shot in the back as well as getting stabbed. And I'm sitting here thinking, how do I profit from this? Is this going to make me $1 million? Is this going to get me killed? And then I'm like, hold the $1 million in one hand and getting killed in the other hand. And getting
But wait, if you
killed
got
just
your
seems
employer
unfair.
killed and you're in his will,
Even better. Like, I'm just trying to think, like, yeah, I feel bad for your friend, but you guys are just like stepping over corpses saying, I need to find my friend.
well,
it's
would
like-
you mind at least bringing the light in?
I gave you my light.
Right, I don't actually have control of the lights right now, I don't think.
It's attached to Kingsley.
Yeah.
Not Kingsley, it's attached to
The Pichère?
the PCR.
Yeah, I
Yes.
gave the flashlight to Wes because I figured, they should probably eat you first. Also, if it's dark, I might be able to leave and no one will actually notice.
Yes, it was reroll. Choose the best of the two. Well, yeah, basically, yeah. Choose the one
Because
that
this
you...
is kind of gone slightly above my pay grade.
There you go. I have attached the light to you,
Alright.
Mr. James.
James, he's
Cool.
kind of right. This is kind of a bit too much. We're not in the military anymore.
Well, if payment is what you're
As you-
worried about, I'm sure
I'm
Shaw
not-
will be willing to pay you for
not
whatever
talk-
weird stuff we find out here.
I understand. It's not payment, buddy. It's
Yeah, we pretty much
surviving.
only have the one life, and I'm kind of attached to it.
You do realize, James, now as you step within this chamber,
It's not a fucking
This-
corpse.
you can hear the... One, yes, you see another corpse. Two, you can smell the putrid smell of rotting flesh.
So,
Joy.
a few things have actually been dead for a while now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Not close, but within smelling distance. The
I'm more
smell
than
is not-
increasingly certain that at least they're not here.
Well, they might be here. They might be freaking dead.
I didn't hear
Oh,
them before.
Sorry,
These ones are dead.
Sorry, I forgot where I was. They might be fucking dead.
Well, let's count the bodies. There's 2 so far in this dog.
That's that's 3. There's another one outside.
3. And there's 4. I say just like taking another step and like pointing in this direction where you can't see it. Well, that's starting to account for everyone, don't you think?
There was that dog out in the woodlands was shot.
Yeah, that's also what I'm worried about is just people around here with knives and guns. What was the population when we walked into the town? Was there a sign that said what the population was?
No.
So we don't even
I
know how
imagine it
many
was like
people there are.
40 people, tops.
40
It's
people.
not definitely not over 100 people in the town.
Okay, so 4% at least of the people are dead.
Oh, I think I found number 5.
Hey, you want to come back here?
I'll take like a few steps back. Yes?
All right. So there's coffins here. Who are these people?
The writing is gone, long gone, but they are very old.
They would have to be
Um,
like ridiculously old, and water would be dripping in here for that to have eroded away.
The whole area around you is pretty damp.
It's pretty terrible down here.
Uh,
We're probably going to catch cold and die if we don't get killed.
I got a blanket.
We came dressed for cold weather. We came dressed for Scotland.
And you did.
Yeah, we don't even know where we are. There's like no markings on this or crests or anything that any of us can understand.
If you want to make like some sort of roll to like properly investigate, you can.
Let's see.
Right, and I suppose in the meanwhile, I'm probably checking the bodies.
The bodies don't have anything of importance on them.
Well,
play
not checking them for stuff. I mean, checking like how they died, what happened to them, their current
Yeah, I have no
status.
idea who this is.
It's mostly stabbing and all of them are stabbing and cutting wounds. The ones that you'll find.
Right, and incredibly recent deaths too.
Yeah, somebody's been
Yes.
on a killing spree down here. How do you know it's not your friend? Who's crazy?
Well, he does have one hand completely wrapped up in bandages that he's not using. I'm not sure if he's so proficient with his other hand. Which hand of his was actually injured? The left or the
hand.
right?
You know, like I've got questions.
Yeah, the right, because he had trouble writing.
Why are these people even down here? I mean, it's not like they were like trapped in a certain place and huddled. It's like each one was randomly killed inside a room.
They're not wearing the same things I saw the others wearing before.
Yeah, how are they
at all,
dressed?
right?
They're all dressed pretty randomly by appearance.
But like in their city clothes, right? Their casual clothes.
Yeah,
And they've
there's no
definitely
theme.
been killed in these clothes.
Yes.
Well, no, someone could have murdered them and suddenly dressed up the bodies post-mortem while they were still warm.
No, you can see the wounds on the clothing.
Yeah, I'm gonna shake my head apoplectically. Why are they even down here? Why are they in separate rooms?
The ones who were here before mentioned that they were doing something, but they didn't say anything specifically.
Playing hide and seek, and one of them's a poor sport.
James, if you wish, you
Yes.
can inspect the bodies a bit more closely to see if you can piece together any sort of story.
Okay. What should I roll?
Just like a medicine, something like that.
Okie doke. I feel like
Yeah,
this
actually,
might
no.
be important information. Maybe I should try to press it.
Yeah, I reckon you should. And I'm actually gonna prefix that with a +1 bonus, considering your history.
Alright, so I will just go ahead and roll the 3d10 then.
Mm-hmm. That's a
So that could
26.
be up to 26, yeah.
That's a hard success. You can see that they didn't just like fall over and die. They weren't ambushed. These people very clearly knew what was happening to them, and they were scared. You can see along their legs and arms scratch marks. You can see that their hands are clawed.
Probably
They
bruises from maybe being tied up, maybe.
not tied up, but you can see bruises on their hands and things from where they've probably been fighting back from whatever it was. These people died in a struggle. They tried to fight whatever it was that killed them and failed miserably.
This dog, did it die by gunshot or by knives?
This dog was stabbed in the chest.
Same.
Oh, pardon?
No. The other dog was shot.
The other dog was shot, yeah.
I was going to ask if it was the same as the other dog, but same as the humans in the same spot?
As it appears to be, yeah.
And this is a wild dog native to this area?
Yes. No, this is what it looks like, just a domestic dog.
Oh, okay.
I will say, for as long as I was conscious and down here, I didn't hear the signs of struggles. It's possible these things died before I got here.
That's supposed to be better?
No, but it does put us on a timeline.
James, be prepared. If we're coming here, we're finding bodies of random guys.
Hey, James, are you inured to dead bodies?
Yes.
All right, just checking.
Not only am I an ex-soldier, I am also a doctor.
All right. Okay. Where to now, Doc? I haven't seen your friend yet.
Well, you did politely ask me to come back and shed some light for yourself. Let's go ahead and see where this leads.
You seem convinced he's down here.
There is a stairwell over here.
Well, that's a good sign.
And there are the other few catacombs over here.
Whose family is this? Like, is there any names?
Oh dear.
You could
Well, your
spend
friend inherited the castle, right?
You could spend some time trying to find and decipher the long eroded names. But this is a very old crypt.
Well, I already tried and it didn't
Okay.
I
work.
believe I found the smell of the greater putrefaction.
Mm-hmm. Not
Okay.
history. You could do spot. You could do spotting to just trying to decipher or to try and see and read.